Hello, I'm Stromae, and let's find out what you asked about me. Is Stromae single? So no, I'm not single. I'm married for 7 years now, and we have a baby boy. So definitely not single. When is Stromae's birthday? The 12th of March, 1985. So I'm 37. How do you say Pisces? No, Pisces, sorry. Okay, because in French we say a fish, but it's not a fish, right? What is Stromae 8 in feet? So in meter it's 1 meter 89, but it doesn't mean anything for you. So it's 6 feet and 2 inches, something like that. If Stromae could predict the future, what would he say? That the sun will be shining on Los Angeles, for example, for the next days. Where did Stromae grow up? I grew up in a city called Brussels in Belgium, in the neighborhood of Laken, Bokstal to be precise. Mix like a lot of roots, like Turkish, Moroccan, Congolese, Rwandan, Belgian of course, that's the country, and yeah, un internat on dit comment déjà? I had the chance to go in the boarding school where the rich kids were, and that was really interesting because I was in a poor neighborhood, so I had the chance to, to discover the two worlds, and that was interesting. We left Bokstal, so it was when I was 19. We went in the suburb of Brussels. I don't know if it's the word, it was another, because in Belgium we have 2 languages, so we have French in Brussels and in the south of Belgium, and in the north we have Flemish, which is like the same as Netherlands but with another accent. We moved to a Flemish city, so it was a little bit difficult for a French speaking like me. But yeah, a new world again to discover. Who does Stromae ask for advice? To be honest, I ask my wife and my brother. They are my best friends. What did Stromae do before music? I was lucky to have success at the very end of my studies. But yeah, I studied cinema school. I learned sound engineer classes, and that was, I just work in a fast food called Quick. It's the same as McDonald's, but in Belgium. What is Stromae's real name? So my real name is Paul van Haver. Paul van Haver, it's a Flemish name. My mother is from the north of Belgium, like I just explained. Stromae, it comes from maestro. It's an anagram of maestro. A friend from my neighborhood find this name, which was OPS maestro at the very beginning, but OPS doesn't mean anything, so I decided just to keep maestro. It comes from a slang from France, which consists to split a word in 2 parts and to switch it. So you can say a lot of things like crazy in French is fou, and you say ouf. So that's a slang from France, and we talk this slang everywhere actually. Where does Stromae get his inspiration for music? From what I see, what I hear, for this album, especially for Multitude, I get my inspiration in a lot of music from everywhere, like folkloric music, traditional music, Iku Asazaki, who's a Japanese singer, Ethiopian music, music from South America, from everywhere. Where does Stromae get his style inspiration? So my inspiration at the very beginning, my bow tie. I remember seeing will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas, Kanye West with the bow tie, and it was just original to rap and to have like a classic style. And then I met my wife, who's my fashion designer and creative director also, and we decided to create this brand. She designed it. For example, that's a piece of the 6th collection. We discussed about my style, but she had a lot of great ideas about it. And about my hair, a best friend of my wife is her hairstylist, and she's really talented. Her name is Alicia Dubois. And yeah, so Coralie came with a lot of inspiration, a mood board, and then we decided to do this special, like, big cheese on my head for the cover of Multitude. Stromae favorite song of his. So my favorite song of my music, La Solacitude, a track of the last album, Multitude. The musical inspiration is, I would say, Chinese music mixed with Afrobeat drums. And I had the chance to work with Guogan, who's a eru player, which is a Chinese string player. He's the guy who did the soundtrack of Kung Fu Panda with Hans Zimmer. And we were lucky to have him on this album. What made you want to write and compose again and release a new album? Because I was a little bit jealous of other artists, to be honest. And when you start to be jealous, maybe it's time to write your own songs. When you start to compare yourself and say, okay, I could do better than him, or when you start to be a hater, maybe it's the right time to do yourself something. And yeah, that's the reason why I started to make my album. Favorite place to perform? That's a difficult question. I want to say my hometown, but it's pressure because there is my family, my friends there, so they judge me, they criticize me more than the rest, so it's maybe more difficult. Yeah, maybe where we shoot the live performance in Montreal. That was a good memory. The crowd is really like crazy. What languages does Stromae speak? A bit of English, like you just hear. Ik kan Nederlands spreken, maar mijn Nederlands is niet zo goed. Puedo hablar un poquito español, pero not muy bien. Je sais parler français, évidemment. That's my mother language, so of course I can do it. What does Stromae do other than music? I play tennis since 2018. I read books. I smoke cigar. Yeah, I forgot something really important. I go on TikTok, to be honest. Sometimes TikTok put me in a bad mood. I prefer Instagram because you can choose. TikTok is too random. Like, it's a lot of stuff. Like, it's you never know, and sometimes it put me in a really bad mood. So I think I prefer Instagram. When I watch TV, I just put the TV on and I let just the channel on, and I never change any. You know, I'm just like a vegetable, like watching the television, and I have the same way of watching Instagram. So just scrolling. That's it. What's the best gift Stromae's ever given? The best gift I've ever received is my baby boy that my wife gave me. Okay, I'm gonna show off a little bit. So that was a gift for my wife. We were in New York City, like for the promotion of the last album, and I invite all her friends to New York, but she didn't know it. And so she discovered like a street after another street, like 3 friends of her, and she was like, okay, we are not in Brussels, and I just see my sister here, my best friend, my other best friend, and yeah, that was one of my best gifts to someone. What's Stromae's favorite city? If I could choose like the weather of Los Angeles and the city of Brussels, if I can do a mix between 2 cities, because you know, Brussels is one of the best cities on the planet, I think, but the weather is a nightmare. As much as you have the sun here in Los Angeles, you have like a big cloud, like gray cloud, really low in Brussels, and that's depressing sometimes. Stromae favorite food at the moment, and I think that's the right place, but maybe Mexico is the best place. But yeah, Mexican food, like tacos with the jalapeno sauce and the lemon, like the mixed both. It's just perfect. I love that. Are there any artists you would like to collaborate with these days? I heard that J Balvin wanted to know my music, so maybe J Balvin, or I just watched the documentary about Taylor Swift, so why not Taylor Swift? And of course Adele. Like, Adele is she's my number 1. ask him what has he been listening to recently. So yeah, I watched the documentary of Taylor Swift, so I listened to some music of Taylor Swift yesterday. Rosalia, I'm a fan of Billie Eilish also. How do I feel with Alors on danse going viral on TikTok last summer? The special feeling I was, cause I'm on TikTok, yeah, to see them like doing this dance. So first, yeah, of course, on the live performance, we do the dance. I was just finishing my album, so the timing was so perfect, because it was the time to be viral and to be back on the social again, and yeah, the timing was perfect. Which one of my music video was the favorite to film? To be honest, I'm a bit lazy today, more than it was, and I love when it goes fast, and especially with the video of L'Enfer, we did like 20 takes and it was done. So it was just one day shooting. It was so comfortable, and I'm so tired with like the long shooting days, like never ending, finishing at 3 a.m. Like, you know, I'm an old boy now, so I need to, you know, to sleep. I have to wake up for my baby boy. So sometimes it's difficult to wake up early. I love the short shooting video clips. Thank you very much for the questions, and hope to do that again. And thank you so much for your support. Merci beaucoup à tous mes fans du monde entier. Je vous remercie pour votre soutien et j'aimerais pouvoir refaire ça avec grand plaisir une autre fois. Thank you very much. Bye bye.